Okay, we got both of them cleaned up real good. Got all the old gasket and stuff off of them. Ready for lapping the valves in, but we look. Okay, we got our heads cleaned up, our valves cleaned up. We're gonna start lapping them in. I don't know if you can tell it, but there's a little surface here and a surface here. We're gonna do one of these exhaust valves. They're a little easier to show. But anyway, we put some degreaser and grease and wax remover, cleaned them up, cleaned the head up. We want to put just a little bit of compound around the lip there. Now a lot of people, they use a valve lapping tool or they use a drill. I don't use either one. Kind of crazy, huh? I mean, I do use a drill sometimes, but on these right here, I use a spark plug boot. It fits right over the valve tight. See, that ain't gonna move. It fits over there, and you can spin it just like a valve lapping tool. Got that compound on there. What you do is you work that back and forth, bring it out every now and then. Just spin it back and forth, and this spark plug boot, it gives you enough. Maybe shaking the camera too much, but it hooks on the valve good enough that you can pull a little pressure against it. You don't have to put a whole lot of pressure. Just put a little against it, turn it back and forth, let that valve compound do its job. Do it a little bit, check it. You can even kind of do it like they do the valve tool, or the lapping tool, with a suction cup. I do it right here. Yeah, it gets your hand cramping a little bit. But that's the way I do it. You can use that drill. Most of the time you shouldn't have to do it so much that if you gotta do it so much you need a drill, you probably need to do some more work to your head. Do it for a little while, pull it out and check it. Need to get me a clean rag. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna bring it around here where you can see it. First, I'm gonna show you the old valve. Can you see on the old valve how, just look at it there and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me turn the light on here. Anyway, see on that valve how it's kind of rough? Well, the one that you lapped in, can you see it right there, how it's machined into the seat, I guess you call it. That compound is making a good even surface all the way around, and it's doing like that on your seat of the valve seat too. But you can see all the way around through there, there's a good even groove. Might need a little bit something right there. Nope, that's just a piece of dirt. But anyway, you can see how it's a good even surface all the way around. Just want to do every one of them like that, and I'll clean this valve seat up and show you it. I don't know if you can see it real good, but see how on the valve seat it's got the same thing, the gray even surface all the way around. Trying to get the flash and it won't come on. And if you look over here at the one we haven't done, see how they are kind of rough. That one's got a little bit, so it's not bad at all. It ain't even started yet. But you can see how this one is. But see how it's got the one we've done has the gray even surface all the way around, just like the valve. That's what you're looking for right there. That way you got a good seat all the way around. So we're gonna sit here and do all these others, and then the other head over there, we've actually already got it ready. We've done the valves on it. We just ain't got the valve oil seals yet. We're waiting on the valve oil seals from the parts store. So I'm gonna go ahead and lap all these others in right quick, and then we'll have the heads lapped in, and I'll show you again. Just and hold the camera too. Like I said, I got my valve compound on it. And I like to take a little transmission fluid and wipe on the stem. That way it ain't going through the seat dry. And like I said, I take my spark plug boot, slide it on there. It's gonna gonna be kind of hard. Hold on. Slide it on there, and you can see it fits real tight. And you put a little pressure on it, start twisting back and forth, just like you're using that valve tool with the suction cup on the other side. It's just I ain't got to worry about that suction cup. I don't have to worry about it popping off, because a lot of times it don't stick with them. I've never had good luck with it. And like I said, this holds real tight, so you can put a little pressure on it, just like you're pushing down with it, and just keep spinning back and forth. Keep going.
He's lying. Don't listen to him. You're missing me, Boogie.
Actually, I'm just making it up as I go. What about you? But anyway, we're going to get all these lapped in and go from there. Okay, we got that done. Show you what it looks like. Right there's the valve seat. And focusing right there's the valve. See, we got that nice, even, all the way around. Nice, even around the seat, all the way around. That's what we're looking for. Now we got a good seat. Should seal real good. So like I said, we're gonna go ahead and do the rest of these, and then we'll get everything cleaned up, ready to assemble. All right, here we are ready to start reassembling the heads. I'll take a little grease and wax remover. Gonna clean every one of the seats real good. I'll wipe them down, spray them down, wipe them down real good. Make sure there's no grit or grease up in there, anything. And then when I get them all wiped down, I'll put a little assembly lube on there. I'll show you that. I'll take a little assembly lube, squirt on there. Then I'll take the seat that I've cleaned, put it on, and I'll spin it around. That'll get that assembly lube worked around all around the seat. But I'll do this to every one of them, and I'll get all these put on, and then I'll put the valve seals on. Like right here is one of the valve seals. Take it, of course that valve's in the way, I have to get it out of the way, and then but let me get all these put on, and then I'll show you the valve seals. Okay, got all the seats in place, lubricated. Start putting on my valve oil seals. Make sure they're pushed down on there real good. I get them on there good like that, and then when you put that valve through there, you lube your valve up, it'll slide through there good. And this way I can check, make sure I got every one of them on real good. You can see it. But let's get these put on, and then we'll get the head set up, start setting the valves in. Okay. All right, I got all the seats on, all the seals on. Now I'm gonna start sliding my valves in. I'll take a little lube, put on the end of it, and that'll also help that keeper stay in place too. Slide it in. Just go easy so you don't push it through try to push the stem or seal off. I just go ahead and slide all of them in. All right, you can see I got all of them in place. Now I'll get my springs. I'll get 2 of my keepers ready. I set them over the side where I can grab them. But I also like to put a little lube on each side of the spring. Set it on, work it around. Set the keeper on, work it around. That'll help keep everything lubed up. Take my tool. Just like taking them off. A little trickier when you put it back on. Line it up. Collapse it down. Put your keeper in place. Or your locks. Them locks is what can be tricky. Make sure you get them in the groove like they're supposed to be. And like I said, that lube will help hold them in place on the valve. And open it up. Now let me show you. See how I got it in place there? Got the keeper and the lock in place. Everything's in like it's supposed to be. Good to go. Now I'll turn the head around when I get towards the end there so you can see me putting the keepers in and all that. But I'm gonna go ahead and assemble a couple of more like this. Sometimes they slip. That's why you gotta make sure you got everything locked in good. Well, this one's going to be tricky. Put a little more lube in there to hold it in place. I think it's trying to pop out when the spring moves. That's what makes it tricky too, trying to hold it with your fingers and not get your fingers mashed. Well, this is gonna fight me to the end. There we go, finally. Like I said, some of them's a little tricky. You just gotta work with them, Just be careful. So we're gonna finish them up, and then like I said, I'll show you that last one while putting the keeper on. All right, here we go. Got the last one here. Gonna try to show you how we put the keeper on and stuff. May be tricky from this angle. I've been doing all the others the other way. We'll do the best we can. See how it collapses over the thing. Stick the keeper in the groove. And like I said, that assembly lube helps keep that held in. Get it in place. There we go. Just like that. You can see it's all locked in there. Turn up here we can see. Got all of them in. Locks in place. Good to go. Kind of show them to you both one side. See right there's all of them in place. Locks in place, retainers in place. Here's the other side with the valves in. That's how you do it. Good to go. We'll finish getting them ready. We're not going to put the rocker arm guides or the push rod guides on till we get it in and get the push rods in place. That way when we tighten them down, we'll make sure they're not rubbing the push rods. So that's when I'll put all that on. That's when we get the heads bolted on the motor.